Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new topic after hydrocarbons, and it is chapter number 6, last chapter, chemistry in everyday life. Now, in this chapter, we are going to see about the chemicals which are used in our daily life. So, foods, some medicines, soaps, detergents. So, these are all chemicals which we use in our daily life. So we will see first about basics of the food. Now basics of food. So we know that food provides us nutrients, and these nutrients which are the basic source of energy which is required for our body. These nutrients regulate growth of our body. This also repairs our body tissues. These nutrients are made of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water. So, these all carbohydrate, lipid, proteins, vitamins, minerals, these are the nutrients which we get from our food, from our diet. Okay. So, carbohydrates and vitamins, these are obtained from food grains, fruits, and vegetables. So, these are the source of carbohydrates and vitamins. So, here see in this picture examples of carbohydrates. Pulses, food grains, fruits, potato. So, these are nothing but they provides us carbohydrates and vitamins. Proteins and vitamins, these are produced from meat, fish, eggs, dairy products, and pulses. Okay, proteins. So it gives from milk also. Hmm? So proteins and vitamins, they are obtained from meat, eggs, fish, dairy products, and pulses. Okay. Lipids are provided by vegetable oils, dairy products, and animal fats. So, coconut oil, peanut oil, soybean oil, or dairy products like as butter, cheese, and from animal fats. See, most nutrients are organic macromolecules, large molecules. Macromolecule means large molecules. Proteins and carbohydrates are polymeric materials. So proteins and carbohydrates are polymers, polymeric materials. As a result of food digestion, the polymeric proteins and carbohydrates ultimately break down into monomers, namely alpha amino acids and glucose respectively. So what happens when we take our diet, when we take our food with different food contents, the proteins are converted into alpha amino acids, into monomers. Means proteins are made up from number of alpha amino acids, and it gives the macromolecule of proteins. And carbohydrate are converted into simplest glucose as a monomer. म्हणजे आपण जे अन्न खातो त्याच्यातल्या प्रोटीनचं रूपांतर शेवटी कशात होतं? अल्फा ॲमिनो ॲसिड्समध्ये. आणि कार्बोहायड्रेट्सचं रूपांतर होतं सगळ्यात सिम्पलेस्ट मोनोमर्स म्हणजे ग्लुकोजमध्ये. अंडर द इन्फ्लुएन्स ऑफ एन्झाईम्स, ही सगळी प्रक्रिया जी घडून येते ती एन्झाईम्सच्या प्रक्रियेमुळे घडून येते. ते कन्व्हर्शन, ते ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन एन्झाईम्समुळे घडून येतं. कुकिंग मेक्स फूड इझी टू डायजेस्ट. कुकिंग, आपण जे अन्न शिजवतो ते अन्न शिजवल्यामुळे त्याचं पचन आपल्याला नीट होतं. What happens in cooking? So during the cooking process, high polymers of carbohydrates or proteins are hydrolyzed to smaller polymers. High polymers of carbohydrates or proteins are hydrolyzed to smaller polymers. The uncooked food mixture described as heterogeneous suspension becomes a colloidal matter on cooking. जे न शिजवलेलं जे अन्न असतं ते हेट्रोजिनियस सस्पेन्शन म्हणून ओळखलं जातं. पण कुक केल्यानंतर, शिजवल्यानंतर ते कोलायडल फॉर्ममध्ये कन्वर्ट होतं. And this colloidal form, it contains smaller molecules. On cooking, because of small size of resulting constituents nutrients molecules, cooked food is easier to digest than uncooked food. आणि म्हणून जे अन्न शिजवलं जातं त्याच्यामध्ये जे स्मॉलर साईजचे स्मॉलर पॉलिमर्स जे तयार होतात ते अन्न पचण्यासाठी मदत करतात. सो कुक्ड फूड इज easier to digest than uncooked food. ओके. म्हणजे शिजवल्यामुळे अन्नाचं पचन चांगलं होतं. पण ते शिजवलेलं अन्न जर पुन्हा आपण चावून जर खाल्लं तर आपण पुन्हा त्याचे स्मॉलर मॉलिक्युल्स म्हणजेच अल्फा ॲमिनो ॲसिड्स किंवा ग्लुकोज या स्टेपपर्यंत त्यांना आणण्याचं काम करत असतो. ओके. Quality of food is an important aspect of food chemistry. Quality of food, it is the important aspect of food chemistry. Food quality is described in terms of parameters such as flavors, smell, texture, color, and microbial spoilage. So each and every food contains enzymes. That is, enzymes are present naturally in all types of foods. आता फूड केमिस्ट्रीचं स्टडी करताना, अभ्यास करताना फूडची क्वालिटी, अन्नाचा दर्जा हा खूप महत्त्वाचा असतो. तो कशावरून लक्षात येतो आपल्याला? त्याचा गंध, त्याचा वास, अन्नाचा स्पर्श कलर आणि त्याचं विघटन. बॅक्टेरिया किंवा मायक्रोबायल सूक्ष्म जीवाणूंमार्फत होणारं त्याचं विघटन. हे त्या फूड क्वालिटीला मेन्शन करतात. Quality of foods changes on shelving mostly due to enzyme action. Shelving means storage of food. अन्न साठवून ठेवतो तर ते अन्न साठवून ठेवलेलं असतं. त्या अन्नामध्ये एन्झाईमची ॲक्शन होते आणि एन्झाईमच्या ॲक्शनमुळे फूडची क्वालिटी, अन्नाचा दर्जा, त्या पदार्थाचा दर्जा हा बदलत असतो. तसेच chemical reaction with the environment and action of microorganisms. बाहेरचं वातावरण आणि मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्स यांची रिॲक्शन याच्याने सुद्धा फूड क्वालिटी चेंज होत असते. सम ऑफ दिस इफेक्ट्स आर बेनिफिशियल. हाऊ? सी, फॉर एक्झाम्पल, सेटिंग ऑफ मिल्क into curd. दुधाचं दही तयार करणे किंवा दुधापासून दही तयार होणे, दूध का दही बनना, दिस इज वन ऑफ द beneficial example of the microbial action on the food material. Second one, raising flour dough to make bread is brought about by deliberate action of microorganisms. पर्पजली मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझमचे ॲक्शन करून दुधाचं दही तयार करणे किंवा पीठ पीठ जे आहे, मैदा जो आहे, त्या मैद्याचं ब्रेडमध्ये रूपांतर करणे, यीस्ट घालून त्या पिठाला फुगवणे आणि त्या फुगवलेल्या पिठाला जर बेक केलं त्याच्यापासून ब्रेड तयार करणे. सो दीज आर द बेनिफिशियल इफेक्ट्स. Most changes brought about by microorganisms and interaction with environment, however, adversely affect the food quality. पण बरेचसे जे बदल घडून येतात मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझममुळे किंवा इंटरॅक्शन विथ एन्व्हायरमेंट, सो these are, they makes adverse effect on our food quality. Now next point is, then how to preserve the food, or we have to see food processing methods, food preservation and food processing methods. So in this point there is first, which is browning of cut fruit or vegetables. So when we have seen this example, when we cut an apple, then the cut part turns brown after some time. Why it turns brown? What happens there? So same case happen in apples, banana, potato. When these are peeled and sliced, after some times they turns brown. So what happens there? So this cutting action damages cells. यहाँ पर जो cells है in this fruit, in this sample, in this material, the cells get cut down. And after cutting the cells, certain chemicals get released. Okay, then the pH of the cut fruit or vegetable is maintained by releasing polyphenols. उनमें से कुछ पॉलीफेनॉल्स निकलते हैं जिसकी वजह से pH of that fruit or vegetable is maintained. These polyphenols are oxidized to quinones. These polyphenols oxidize to quinone by the action of enzyme. See here, this polyphenol means having number of hydroxyl groups. It is polyphenol. It get oxidized by the help of enzymes and converted into quinone, that is diketone. So Browning reaction can be, so sorry, this quinone is further oxidized. This quinone is further oxidized into brown colored tannins. That reaction is not shown here, but polyphenols on oxidation in presence of enzymes, they give quinones, and these quinones are further oxidized to brown color compounds, brown colored tannins. So the cut vegetables or fruits like potato, banana, they turns to brown in color because of brown color tannin formation take place. So this browning action can be slowed down using reducing agent. So here oxidation take place. Oxidation and reduction, these are opposite to each other. So to stop, to avoid or to decrease the oxidation, reducing agent like as sulfur dioxide, ascorbic acid, means vitamin C, or by the change of pH by adding edible acid such as lemon juice, citric acid or vinegar. Got it? Means these are reducing agent: ascorbic acid, sulfur dioxide, then lemon juice, citric acid or vinegar, acetic acid. So these are reducing agent, and they stop or they reduce the browning action of the food material. Now let us see the next point: rancidity of oils and fats. Now what is rancidity? For this purpose, we have to take some examples of oils, certain oils, or peanuts, or walnuts, or coconut pieces. If kept for long time, then we can smell them the rancid or unpleasant smell. For keeping the food which is prepared by using oils, or the example of peanut, walnuts or coconuts. So if this food material kept for long time as it is in open atmosphere or in closed container, then they smells rancid. Their rancid smell, आपण त्याला मराठीमध्ये खवट वास म्हणतो. खोबऱ्याचे पदार्थ, शेंगदाण्याचे पदार्थ किंवा शेंगदाणा ऑइल, कोकोनट ऑइल यांचा काही दिवसांनी वापर जर केला नसेल, बंदिस्त डब्यात असतील, तर त्यांचा खवट वास यायला लागतो. अँड दॅट स्मेल इज कॉल्ड ॲज रॅन्सिड स्मेल. त्याला कळकणे सुद्धा म्हणतात. ऑन कीपिंग फॉर लाँग टाईम, ऑइल फॅट्स डेव्हलप अनप्लेझंट ऑर रॅन्सिड स्मेल अँड डिसॲग्रीबल टेस्ट. मग तशा पदार्थांची चवसुद्धा ही काही फारशी बरी नसते. ओके. This rancidity is because of produced fatty acids by hydrolysis of oils or fats. ऑइली पदार्थ आपण बघतोय, त्यांची रॅन्सिडिटी आपण बघतोय. सो दिस इज ऑइल ऑर फॅट. प्युअर ऑइल किंवा फॅट आहे, किंवा एखाद्या कोकोनटमधलं किंवा शेंगदाण्यामधलं, पीनटमधलं, वॉलनटमधलं ते ऑइल किंवा फॅट मटेरियल आहे. So these are nothing but triesters of glycerol. Oils or fats are nothing but triesters of glycerol with higher fatty acids. So this food material or this oil or fat, if comes in contact with water, किंवा ते शेंगदाणे किंवा खोबरं किंवा बदाम हे जर समजा ओलसर असतील किंवा दमट वातावरणामध्ये राहिले असतील, then this dampness or water molecule reacts with these oils or fats which undergo hydrolysis, and on hydrolysis it produces glycerol and the higher fatty acids. These higher fatty acids, free fatty acids, they having rancid or disagreeable smell. Okay, so these 2 points we have seen here: browning of cut food and rancidity of oils and fats. Browning कशामुळे होतं? After cutting the fruit vegetable, the cells get cut down, it releases some chemicals to maintain pH of fruit. Polyphenols are released which are oxidized to quinones. These quinones are further on oxidation gives brown colored tannins. And how rancidity comes in food? So oils and fats combines with water which is present inside that material or which is from the atmosphere, from the environment, and that material undergo hydrolysis, convert into glycerol and free fats. So because of these free fats, the food material, that oily fatty food material, get disagreeable odor, unpleasant or rancid smell. Okay. Now next, saturated, unsaturated and trans fats. Saturated, unsaturated and trans fats. So just we have seen in the previous slide, fats are triglycerides of fatty acids. Fats are triglycerides of saturated fatty acids, and oils are triglycerides of unsaturated fatty acids. म्हणजे जे फॅट्स आहेत, मेदयुक्त पदार्थ आहेत, त्यांच्यामध्ये सॅच्युरेटेड फॅटी ॲसिड्स आहेत, आणि जे व्हेजिटेबल ऑइल्स आहेत, दे कंटेन्स unsaturated fatty acids. Okay, so specifically we can define these fats and oils by using this saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. Here this saturated fatty acids, so all carbon possess all 4 carbon-carbon or carbon-hydrogen single bonds. They're all valencies satisfied by single covalent bond. So such fatty acid means this alkyl group with carbon-carbon single bonds is called as saturated fatty acids. And some fatty acids having carbon-carbon double bond. See here, this is the double bond. So if double bond, one or many double bonds are present in that fat, in that alkyl group, then it is called as unsaturated fatty acid. Let us go in this in our previous slide. Check here. See, if this R1, R2, R3 higher alkyl group, if it contains saturated, all carbon-carbon are bonded by single bonds, then it is called as saturated fat. If it contains carbon-carbon double bonds, single or many double bonds, then it is called as unsaturated fatty acid. Okay. Van der Waals forces between long saturated chains are sufficiently strong to convert saturated fats into solid form at room temperature. As van der Waals forces between these saturated chains are very strong. So they are strongly bonded with each other, and hence these saturated fats are always in solid state at room temperature. At room temperature, they are in solid state. Now here, next point is why melting points, sorry, why melting points of fats are lower than that of oils. See, the long carbon chains of unsaturated fatty acids, they contains one or more carbon-carbon double bonds, which produces one or more kings. एक किंवा अनेक जर डबल बॉन्ड्स प्रेझेंट असतील, वन और मोर डबल बॉन्ड इज प्रेझेंट इन दॅट unsaturated part, then it gives kings. आपण त्याला पीळ म्हणू शकतो, ट्विस्ट म्हणू शकतो. तो भाग पिळवटलेला असू शकतो बिकॉज ऑफ प्रेझन्स ऑफ डबल बॉन्ड. अँड दिस किंग्स प्रिव्हेंट्स द मॉलिक्यूल फ्रॉम पॅकिंग क्लोजली टुगेदर. मग असे जे डबल बॉन्डेड मॉलिक्युल्स जे असतील त्यांच्यामध्ये फोर्स ऑफ अट्रॅक्शन थोडासा वीक असेल दॅन सैचुरेटेड, कारण याच्यामध्ये सगळे कार्बन कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्ड्स हैं. इसमें सब कार्बन कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्ड है और इनमें अगर कुछ एक या दो या कुछ ज़्यादा कार्बन कार्बन डबल बॉन्ड्स है तो वो किंग्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस किंग्स दे are not closely packed with each other. So van der Waals forces between unsaturated chains are weak. Hence, melting point of unsaturated fats therefore lower. So we can say that more the unsaturated the fat, lower is its melting point. जेवढं फॅटमध्ये अनसॅच्युरेटेड पार्ट जास्त आहे, डबल बॉन्डची संख्या जास्त आहे, तेवढा त्याचा मेल्टिंग पॉइंट कमी. रिमेंबर दिस. ओके. सो these are saturated and unsaturated fats. Now about trans fats, in next slide we will see. So as there is double bond present in the fatty acid, so across the double bond, similar molecule is present on same side, then that isomer is called as cis isomer. If the similar groups or atoms or molecules present opposite to that double bond across that double bond, then it is called as trans isomer. So cis isomer is the most common form of unsaturated fats. For unsaturated fats, the cis isomer is mostly common. The trans form occurs in animal fats and processed unsaturated fats. जे ॲनिमल पासून आपल्याला फॅट्स मिळतात, फॉर एक्झाम्पल चरबी आहे किंवा माशाचे पदार्थ आहेत, त्यांच्यामध्ये हे जे ॲनिमल फॅट्स आहेत ते जास्त आहेत आणि त्या ॲनिमल फॅट्समध्ये ट्रान्सफॉर्म. तसंच प्रोसेस्ड अनसॅच्युरेटेड फॅट्स म्हणजे तुमचे केक्स, पेस्ट्रीज, मार्गारीन हे जे आहेत, मेयोनीज, चीज, बटर यांच्यामध्ये हे ट्रान्स फॅट्स जास्त प्रमाणात आहे. These trans fats are difficult to metabolize and they may build up dangerous level in fatty tissues. आपल्या शरीरामध्ये पचनाला सुद्धा ते अवघड असतात आणि त्या एक घातक पातळीपर्यंत आपल्या चरबीयुक्त यु ऊतींमध्ये किंवा पेशींमध्ये ते त्यांची डेंजरस लेवल प्रोड्यूस करू शकतात. So here in this diagram it is given saturated fats permeable. These are trans fats. It is said that stop unsaturated fats. See, read the list. Saturated fat मध्ये कुठले कुठले आहेत? Vegetable fats, coconut oil, palm oil, animal fats आहेत, fatty meats, butter, ghee, cream, cheese, whole milk, etc. Unsaturated fats, corn oil, sunflower oil, seeds, olive oil, peanut oil, sesame oil, avocado or nuts. हे आपण फूड मटेरियलमध्ये वापरू शकतो. पण ट्रान्स फॅट कुठले कुठले आहेत बघा, कुठे आहेत ते? विच फूड मटेरियल कंटेन्स ट्रान्स फॅट्स? सी, केक्स, कुकीज, मार्गारीन्स, फ्रेंच फ्राईज, फ्राईड फूड, मोस्ट रेडी मील्स, हायड्रोजनेटेड व्हेजिटेबल ऑइल्स, म्हणजे आपलं वनस्पती घी. जे पदार्थ तुम्हाला जास्त आवडतात, so they all contains trans fats. See here carefully. This dangerous triangle which contains the food material, these food materials we must have to avoid. Okay, because they contains trans fat. Now, what is cis and trans? I told you just. Okay, fats in the form of lipoprotein are used in body for transport of cholesterol. शरीरामध्ये जे कोलेस्टेरॉल ब्लडमधून वाहून नेलं जातं त्याकरता फॅट्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ लिपोप्रोटीन these are used. So excessive low density lipoprotein LDL, it result deposition of cholesterol in blood vessels. लो डेन्सिटी लिपोप्रोटीन जे आहे ते जर जास्त प्रमाणात ब्लडमधून वाहत असेल तर कोलेस्टेरॉल ब्लड व्हेसल्समधून आतल्या बाजूने डिपॉझिट होतं, विच इन टर्न्स रिझल्ट इन increased risk of cardiovascular disease, blood pressure, etc. So this LDL is nothing but it is bad for our health किंवा आपण त्याला बॅड कोलेस्ट्रॉल म्हणू शकतो. There is some evidence that eating large amount of saturated or trans unsaturated fats increases the tendency of cholesterol getting deposited in blood vessels. जास्तीत जास्त सॅच्युरेटेड किंवा ट्रान्स अनसॅच्युरेटेड फॅटी पदार्थ आपण जर खाणार असू तर कोलेस्टेरॉल आपल्या ब्लड वेसल्समध्ये डिपॉझिट होणार आहे. सो ऐसा LDL वाला कोलेस्ट्रॉल which comes from saturated and trans unsaturated fats, ये अपने ब्लड वेसल्स में अंदर से डिपॉजिट होगा, ब्लड फ्लो का पाथ नैरो बनेगा और जिसकी वजह से कार्डियोवास्कुलर डिसीजेस, हार्ट अटैक आने की संभावना या ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ने की संभावना ज़्यादा बढ़ती है. These fats do not cause formation of such deposits and decrease chance of developing coronary heart disease. Now see here, these saturated fats, mono unsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, MUFA, MUFA, PUFA, this type of oils or fats examples are given here. See, read this: saturated fats, coconut fat oil, butter fat, lard, margarine, vanaspati ghee, solid. So these all types of fatty material present in solid state. Olive oil, peanut oil, canola oil, it is in the form of liquid. And sunflower, soybean oil, corn oil, fish oil, so are present in liquid state. Okay. Now the fourth point is omega 3. Now what is omega 3? Let us see here. Two categories of natural unsaturated fats of concern include those containing either omega 3 or omega 6 fatty acids. So what are these omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids? So these names are given for the position of double bonds. So it comes from unsaturated fats, and in this unsaturated fats the double bond is present. So what is the position of that double bond in this long carbon chain of fatty acid? So omega denotes the last carbon of carbon chain. So this is alkyl group, large alkyl group, CH2, 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 single bond, CH2, single bond, CH2, single bond, CH, double bond, CH, single bond, CH2, CH, double bond, CH, CH2, CH, double bond, CH, and this last one is omega carbon. This carbon is omega carbon. Okay. Now from this omega carbon, this is first carbon, second carbon, and third carbon. So as the double bond starts at third carbon from omega, it is called as omega 3. So omega 3 fatty acid have carbon carbon double bond between third and fourth carbon from the end of carbon chain. जो कार्बन की पूरी चेन है उसका जो आखिरी कार्बन है जिसे ओमेगा कार्बन कहा गया है उससे तीसरे और चौथे कार्बन के दरमियान डबल बॉन्ड है. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ फैटी एसिड्स आर कॉल्ड एज omega 3 fatty acids. See, this is number 3, this is number 4, 5, and this is 6. So this carbon carbon double bond is present or starts from carbon number 6. So it is called as omega 6. Omega 6. This is omega 3. So those here the example of omega 3 fatty acid is given here, and that is linoleic acid. So which contains omega 3, that is carbon carbon double bond present at the third carbon from last one or omega carbon. These omega 3 fats are found to raise the high density lipoprotein HDL, which is called as good cholesterol. हाई डेंसिटी लिपोप्रोटीन HDL लेवल बढ़ाने का काम ये ओमेगा 3 फैट्स करते हैं. On the contrary, omega 6 fats are considered to have risk of high blood pressure. जिसमें omega 6 fats है, so they are considered to have the risk of high blood pressure. Foods such as walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, soybeans, cod liver oil, they are rich in source of omega 3 fatty acid. So ये जो सभी एग्जांपल्स है वॉलनट्स, फ्लैक्स सीड्स, चिया सीड्स, सोयाबीन, कॉड लिवर ऑयल, इन सभी में ओमेगा 3 फैटी एसिड्स है कि जिसमें ये this carbon carbon double bond and this carbon carbon double bond, it is not present. So it is present at this third and fourth carbon from the last omega carbon. Okay. This is the fourth factor. Now the next fifth factor is antioxidants as food additives. An antioxidant is a substance that delays the onset of oxidation or slow down the rate of oxidation of foodstuff. जो पदार्थ फूड मटेरियल का ऑक्सीडेशन डिले करता है या प्रिवेंट करता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एंटीऑक्सीडेंट्स. ओके. इट it is used to extend the shelf life of food. अँटीऑक्सिडंट त्याचा उपयोग कशाकरता होतो? फूडचं शेल्फ लाईफ, स्टोअरिंग लाईफ वाढवण्यासाठी अँटीऑक्सिडंट्स वापरले जातात. These antioxidants react with oxygen containing free radicals and thereby prevent oxidative rancidity. म्हणजे अँटीऑक्सिडंट्स जे पदार्थ असतात त्या पदार्थांचं आधी ऑक्सिडेशन होतं आणि ते मूळ पदार्थाचं ऑक्सिडेशन होण्याला रोखून धरतात, प्रिव्हेंट करतात. नाव हिअर फॉर एक्झाम्पल विटॅमिन ई tocopherol. For example, this vitamin E tocopherol is very effective natural antioxidant which is added to pack edible oils. The phenolic OH group in its structure is responsible for its antioxidant activity. Vitamin E, so it contains this OH phenolic group. पूर्ण मॉलिक्यूल मध्ये बघा, सी इन दिस स्ट्रक्चर दिस इज phenolic OH. This phenolic OH group plays the important role as its antioxidant activity. म्हणजे जे फूड जे ऑइल्स असतात त्या ऑइलच्या पॅक्समध्ये, कॅनमध्ये विटॅमिन ई म्हणजे टोकोफेरॉल हा सबस्टन्स ॲड केला जातो, मिक्स केला जातो. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस phenolic OH group, it behaves as antioxidant and it prevents the rancidity of that oil material for long time. While the long chain of saturated carbon makes it fat soluble, it is found in foods such as wheat germ, nuts, seeds, green leafy vegetable, and oils like sunflower oil. For economic reason, synthetic antioxidants are used as additives to increase the shelf life of packed food. म्हणून पॅकिंगचे जे फूड्स असतात त्या फूड मटेरियलमध्ये सिंथेटिक अँटीऑक्सिडंट्स वापरले जातात. Common structural unit found in synthetic antioxidants are phenolic OH group and tertiary butyl group. हा जो सिंथेटिक ऑक्सिडंट आहे, अँटीऑक्सिडंट आहे, BHT, it contains this phenolic OH group and these two tertiary butyl groups. This is tertiary butyl, tertiary carbon, methyl, methyl and methyl. Here also tertiary carbon, methyl group and methyl group. So this is tertiary butyl group, tertiary butyl group. So it is example of synthetic antioxidant. Okay, up to this, let us stop here our topic. And in next lecture, we will see about the medicinal properties of some material.